So, Concord, we all remember Concord, the game that was just #1 bestseller. It was so incredible that they had to pull it from the store shelves and from online just because of how freaking amazing it was. Head of PlayStation Studios, Herman Hulst, explains why Concord failed, promises Marathon won't fail. Herman Hulst, the head of PlayStation Studios, recently shared why Concord failed and promised the same thing won't happen again with Bungie's upcoming Marathon game. Well, one reason was because that they were going to charge people $40 for it. For a generic shooter, $40. Come on. Come on. So, that might have been one thing. That might have been one thing that kept people away. During a what was it? Actually, Concord failed during an apparently scripted fireside chat video that was part of Sony's game and network service segment presentation. Hulst was asked, "What have you learned from your learned of your foray into live game services, including Concord, and how does this relate to Marathon during the recent alpha test?" He responded, live service. We really see that as a great opportunity for us. But with this great opportunity comes great responsibility and great power. The opportunity are some unique challenges associated. So we've had some early success, as with Helldivers 2. We've also faced some challenges, as with the release of Concord. The hell? Oh, just birds. Just birds. Outside on the outside on the tree. I was wondering what I was seeing. I thought it was like one of my cats jumping in there trying to kill something. No, it's just birds. Bye bye. We've also faced some challenges, as with the release of Concord. I think some really good work actually went into that title. Some really big effort. A lot of work, a lot of big effort. The people at the end of the day looked at the game and said, that is a lot of effort put into one game. Game of the year. That's what it's going to be. I mean, just look at this character. Stunning and bravery. Some really big effort, but ultimately the title entered into a hyper-competitive segment of the market. And you were going to charge $40 for it. I think it was insufficiently differentiated to be able to resonate with players. And so we have reviewed our processes in light of this and to deeply understand how and why that title failed to meet expectations, to ensure that we are going to make aren't going to make the same mistake again. Famous last words. Don't worry, it'll be, a failure for another reason, I'm sure. As I said earlier, we've introduced much more rigorous processes for revalidating our creative, our commercial, our development assumptions and hypotheses. And now we do what we now do that on a much more ongoing basis. That's the plan that will ensure that we are investing in the right opportunities at the right time, all while remaining much more predictable timelines. Speaking specifically to Marathon, Hulst said, for Marathon, it's our goal to release a very bold, very innovative, and deeply engaging title. It's going to be the first new Bungie title in over a decade, so we're really excited for that release. We're monitoring. We're going through the test cycles. We're doing other things that I would put something witty and clever, but I can't think of anything right now. That song, I forget the title. We are expanding corridors and, whatever lanes. We are building, that one. That song that plays at the end of Shallow Hal. Yeah, that. What's the actual? Hang on. What's the name of that fucking song? Yeah, this song. Uh, so this here.
We are building a religion. We are building it bigger. We are widening the corridors and adding more lanes.
Yeah, that's what I was. I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember the fucking song, but that's what I'm talking about. Anyways, we're okay. We're taking all the lessons learned, and we're using the capabilities of what we've built in analytics and user testing to understand how audiences are engaging with the title. Some of that feedback, frankly, my name's not Frank, has been varied but super useful. Varied, they say. Varied, they say. But that's why you do testings. The constant testing and constant revalidation of assumptions that we just talked about, to me, is just so valuable to iterate and constantly improve the title. So when launch comes, it's gonna come. When it comes, we're going to give the title the optimal chance of success. And this cycle of test, test again, that is such a key component of the live service success, both leading up to launch, but also throughout the life of the game. And we're committed to continuing to leverage our learnings to maximize. Oh God, please don't make me say it again. To maximize engagement and player satisfaction throughout the life cycle of the title. Concord as developer, Firewalk Studios, were infamously shut down about a year after it was purchased by probably monsters. They shut them down, which shows they were monsters. You're a monster. I'm not a monster here, you are. Hulst wrote back at the end of October 2024, as a part of our ongoing effort to strengthen SIE's studio business, we have had to make a difficult decision relating to two of our studios, Neon Koi and Firewalk Studios. Speaking specifically to Firewalk Studios, he said, fuck them. Fuck them kids. Regarding Firewalk, as announced in Do You Remember? An important update on Concord. Certain aspects of Concord were exceptional. What parts are you talking about? What parts? What the menu screen? What part of Concord was exceptional? We have spent considerable time exceptional, but others did not land with enough but others did not land with enough players, and as a result, we took the game offline. Not just offline, removed it from store shelves, removed it from online. You can't purchase it anymore. It's not even we'll bring it back. No, they're not bringing it back ever. So, we spent considerable time these past few months exploring all our options, and after much thought, we have determined the best path forward is to permanently sunset the game and close the studio. Because why stay around and possibly make another game? Let's just fucking close the whole thing. Our whole sole purpose was for Concord, and with that dead, how could we possibly exist? I don't know, by making a game that's interesting and not charging $40 fucking for it. I don't know. There's that. I want to thank all of Firewalk for their craftsmanship, creative spirit, and dedication. Because when you're putting out a shit game, the fact that you continue to work on it happily and see it through to the end, that is dedication. That is dedication. Hulst then added the PvP first-person shooter genre as a competitive space that is continuously evolving. And unfortunately, we did not hit our targets with this title. Not to mention, again, you were charging $40 fucking for a generic game. Nothing new to the table, nothing awe-inspiring or innovative. No, it was just a generic. It was like Overwatch, except you were charging $40 for it. I don't know. I don't know why I failed. Don't know why I failed, guys. We will take lessons learned from Concord and continue to advance our live service capabilities to deliver future growth in this area. I know none of this is easy news to hear, particularly with colleagues and friends departing. Okay, that's just I've said all of this at one point or another. While some observers might be quick to note that the game's live servant features might have been a significant problem with the game's release, Hulst seemingly put that theory, the game theory, thanks for watching, theory to bed when he revealed that over half of Helldivers 2 revenue comes from microtransactions. He said microtransactions in Helldivers 2 now make up more than half of the revenue. This was the guy we called Fat Sonic. He was like dressed in mostly blue. The fastest thing alive. So we called him Fat Sonic, and then there was the black chick with the bun, and she's dressed in red, and we called her Eggman. Actually, let me just hang on. Let me bring it up. Yeah, so we have Fat Sonic and then Dr. Eggman. I am the Eggman. That's what I am. I am the Eggman. I even got the little glasses, and it's come on. Who looked at this design like, oh yeah? Someone must have been playing freaking Sonic or something at the time. Hey, you want to know what we need? We need a black woman who reminds us of Dr. Eggman or Robotnik, however you guys want to refer to him. I still call him Robotnik, especially with the movies, because that's who he is. He's called Robotnik. But you know, goes by Eggman in the games and all that. So, but yeah, blast that hedgehog. He's too fast. Oh yeah, you're too slow. But yeah, I seriously doubt this is really gonna make it. You know, they're gonna do anything different. We watched the trailer for the game. And looking nice, it's not enough to carry it. It's nice looking, but it's not enough to carry it. Now, what was I saying? Yeah, the looks alone are not going to be enough to carry it. You know, you see a lot of games nowadays that think that, like, pretty graphics are enough to keep attention and carry the... No. It's like Dragon Age to Failguard. Does it look nice? Kind of. Was it enough to save the game? Nope. Star Wars Outlaws. Did it look nice? Sure, I guess. Was it enough to save the game? Nope. What, you want to know what makes a game? You want to know what makes a game sell? Being fun. Being fun. And having a generic shooter game like Concord that's charging you $40 to play when you have stuff like Overwatch and stuff like that already. A generic shooter, not bringing anything new, nothing innovative, nothing, testing the waters like, oh yeah, we're going to try this. If it doesn't work, okay, it doesn't work. But I think the players would at least appreciate something new being brought to the table. No, nothing. You get a generic shooter that was worth $40. You have just horrible character designs. They're like, who the fuck designed these? Were they blind? Were they blind? Do they have AI design these characters? I am the Eggman. That's what I am. But for this new game for Marathon, again, looking nice, as far as gameplay, it doesn't look like it brings anything new to the table. And we watched the trailer, and a lot of it, you have these nice looking areas, but then the people themselves are very like cartoony looking, and it doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. We saw what the game consists of and stuff like that. I'm like, it's just a generic shooter. So unless they're bringing something new to the table that hasn't been done in something like Overwatch or Halo or Call of Duty or whatever, then they're not going to stand out and it's going to fail. So, but game of the year, I'm sure. Game of the fucking year. In fact, there should be no award show whatsoever. Every award should just go to Marathon. Just send them every award through the mail. Say, hey guys, we decided not to have an award show this year because you guys won everything. Congratulations. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.